Hi, Ryan. I changed my location in my office so you can look at something different as I talk about this next part. So thanks so much for your questions. So Ryan, you asked about how I'm interested in shifting from data-driven to standard-centric focus in education. How do I think educators can work towards that paradigm? So um, I am concerned about data that's measurement focused. That's just about numbers or things that you can sort of point to. And I'm more interested in sort of qualitative data. So I think the data is important. I just don't think it should always be measurement or numeric focused. And I think the data can come in narrative, the data can come in stories, it can come through interviews, it can come through collections of information, portfolios, things like that. And standard centric is a way of just talking about the pieces that add up to a finished product. And I think I focus a little bit more on standards when I'm doing my assessment so that I can point to specific things that I want students to work on or to revise. So let me just give you an example. So if you're going to have students write an argument essay, instead of just giving a whole grade on the outcome of the essay, 100 points or something like that, I'm more interested in breaking that down into the different skills and strategies and moves. Like I think the whole piece is important, but the skills and strategies and moves that I want to give students feedback on specific things. And so when it comes time to, their final grade or something like that, I want to be able to point to not just a number or a letter, but specific things that they did well and specific things that they continue to work on. So that's kind of where the standard helps. But I still want to talk about that as narrative feedback or conversations about learning instead of points on a rubric. So moving people more toward that, I think if we resist putting numbers and letters on people's grades, assignments as much as possible, we're moving toward having conversations with students about what they're learning. And your second question was what I think has been the most positive byproduct of getting a PhD as an educator, or how that experience has formed me or allowed me to grow positively. So I think having a PhD has certainly helped with, having some authority on issues. I think when people see a PhD next to my name, it gives me a little bit of credibility right away. Um, I don't think that's well, okay. I worked for it, yeah, but I don't think that in and of itself um, helps because um, in many ways having the PhD in my actual school maybe has helped to have build more trust with people right away. But there's really no shortcut to building relationships with people, and it comes with um, being able to take time and get to know people. And so I design all of my assignments and all of the projects around opportunities to get to know my students, but also for them to get to know each other. So it's more of a community. So I think the PhD just helped me realize that there's no shortcut to building respect and learning. The PhD was a really long process, and I think that helped me move to a different place in my career, my understanding of how education works. But there was no shortcut. That was a lot of hours, a lot of time, and I still think I don't think I finished with the PhD and have any sort of really firm understanding of anything. I think I'm more, I guess, just better at asking questions and listening. So I hope that helps.